Forming acting Homeland Security Secretary, now visiting fellow at the Heritage Foundation with us. Chad, appreciate it. Thanks for making the time. Would there be a way to require all of these migrants that are intercepted by the Border Patrol be vaccinated before being released out into America?
Well, absolutely. There's certainly a way that Border Patrol, working with a number of medical professionals inside the Department of Homeland Security, could test these individuals, could require them to get the vaccine. As of right now, they're not testing. There's no requirement for the vaccine. There's not even a requirement to quarantine before they are released into American communities, and that's certainly the wrong approach. So if we're talking about vaccine, why do you think that is? I'm sorry, what's that?
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think, again, they're not, they believe, again, that the borders should be open. They should be allowed to come in. And right now, they don't have the infrastructure to do all that. They don't have the infrastructure to test, to require the vaccine and the like. It would require some investment, and it's easier for them to simply require the migrant themselves or the private sector or even the state and local officials to do it rather than have the federal government do it, even though it's their policy that's allowing them to cross the border and being released into communities every day.
One thing that DHS also deals with, obviously, is TSA and airport security and putting people on airplanes, which conceivably, if what Dr. Fauci proposed or says might happen, would fall to TSA. Take a listen to Dr. Fauci.
I would support that. If you want to get on a plane and travel with other people, that you should be vaccinated.
There the infrastructure within TSA and DHS to do that and enforce that?
No, absolutely not. Not at the moment. And you don't want TSA doing that at the end of the day. That's not their job. Their job is to make sure that dangerous people and dangerous items don't make it aboard that commercial aircraft. They should not be finding and looking for individuals that aren't vaccinated, don't have a mask on, et cetera, et cetera. So that's not their job. We shouldn't make it their job. And if you do, then you're going to take away from the security job that they've been doing for almost 20 years now. And that should be their focus.
We're watching video now from the Texas State Police who've taken over a lot of the patrols now on the southern border because Border Patrol is so overwhelmed. I'm wondering if you think that the genie can be put back in the bottle and this incredibly large number of people we see coming over can be reduced.
Well, it absolutely can be reduced. And why do I know that? Because we did that in 2019 during the crisis. We put a playbook together that we executed on. We handed that playbook over to the Biden administration on Inauguration Day, and they've simply chosen.
I just have to stop you real quick. Right now we're showing Afghanistan video, so we're going to just make sure people realize that's not on the southern border. Getting back to the vaccine mandates issue, Chad, stand by for 1 second, because the vaccine mandates mean there's right now an exploding black market for fake vaccine cards. Chad, stay with us. We're going to bring in Mark Ostrowski, head of engineering.